After this movie, I need this cup of coffee and
body massage.
G.I. Joe! Welcome everybody, I'm RJ of The Nerdy Brew, and here on this channel we talk TV, movies, and everything in between, all while drinking a cup of coffee. Now if you like one of those things or all of those things, why don't you consider like, subscribing, and hit that notification bell, and becoming a fellow Brewster. So today, fellow Brewsters, we are talking Snake Eyes, G.I. Joe Origins, and this is a Coffee Talk review. So the premise of the movie is starring Henry Golding and Andrew Koji. That's my guy. More into that later. And what it does is it is an origin tale, most definitely, of the titular character of Snake Eyes. But how the movie is spun is that he has this revenge about his father dying with Snake Eyes, and Andrew Koji's character Tommy takes him into his clan after they both are Yakuza members trying to stop this dude named Kento, and they have their relationship built from being in the Yakuza, but they both betray the Yakuza, and then they become part of this ninja clan. And Kento was part of the ninja clan at some point, and defected and became part of the Yakuza. He's a Yakuza leader, and there's also this jewel that has power, so they put magic in it. But the first half of the movie is very practical, down to earth, ninja based, martial arts based in the movie. They have Henry Golding fighting in the slums, in a underground street fighter battle type arena, right? And he never lost a fight, and that's kind of like his inside the Yakuza. But he has a full motive where his whole motive reminded me of...
Hello, my name is Inigo Montoya. You killed my father. Prepare to die.
From The Princess Bride, right? So that's really where his heart and mind is at, is to get the killer of his father, or the killer of his father. He has this built relationship with Tommy, and Tommy is eventually Storm Shadow. And throughout the movie, they have these hints of the lore and the mythology between the G.I. Joe and Cobra, that they have this grounded situation where it's a revenge flick, right? And a ninja movie as well. And then Scarlet shows up and Baroness shows up. So one is G.I. Joe, the other one is Cobra, and they have their that leaks the seeds of rivalry, and the world is bigger than what we know between the Yakuza and the Ninja Clan. And then it comes to a conclusion where everything comes to a head, where it collides, where the bad guy attacks the Ninja Clan, and with him attacking the Ninja Clan, he is the common evil, where everyone needs to show up, and they fight him and his order of Yakuza. And y'all could probably tell my frustration, because first of all, the movie was very generic. It was generic by itself. Cut of the mills. Anybody could have wrote this movie and be made. But then what made it a problem is that they made a Snake Eyes G.I. Joe movie. Give me a second. This was this iteration's origin. This was not Snake Eyes' origin, and I'm gonna tell you why this bothered me so much. Is because I have been a fan of the G.I. Joe franchise. I used to watch the reruns in the yesteryear, right? And then after watching those reruns, and what was it? It was not The More You Know, but they had their G.I. Joe PSAs, right? So I took all that in. There was a period of time, I had a whole phase. I had a G.I. Joe phase of the toys, the game, the comics, and the show. Loved it, right? I have my own adventures of the battles between Cobra and the Joes. And the thing is, they missed the mark with Snake Eye. And not only that, Snake Eye, I don't know what to say, more like, I don't care about his ethnicity, being whatever it could be, because he's a covered up person. He could have been whatever, right? So that's not really what matters, but what matters is his story. So either in the comics or the show or his lore, right, he's either damaged to not speak whatsoever, a helicopter accident, or he gets hurt from Storm Shadow. And if that's not one of the iterations, he made a silent vow to get Storm Shadow back, or revenge for killing his adoptive father, who was the Grandmaster at the dojo, right? Who adopted him and took him in. And the first two movies of Snake Eye's life story, and those seeds of his life was sown in that, right? So I don't understand why they didn't adapt it just to make it a longer feature-length movie, and they just threw all of that mythology out. And he wasn't likable as a character. He wasn't like this noble villain hero, and how they executed his reluctancy or his division to get that resolve was paint by numbers, and it wasn't good. I really want to spoil the movie, but I'm not. There was just so many things that I could just point out. Like, the characters made a lot of moves that weren't practical. They weren't moves of, with any sense. Some of the, there was moves that were just sudden, and he was really just a jerk throughout the movie for his own selfish motives, and I guess that's kind of like the hero arc. But honestly, to tell you the truth, I really feel like the Wolverine, the one with Hugh Jackman in Japan, was a far superior, better movie than what we got with Snake Eye's G.I. Joe. Just to have it being an outsider, when a part of this clan, but things are bigger than what they seem, and this person has to go through the motions of seeing this plot being bigger and it's exposed, and it's not what you think. And everything in this movie was very minimal. And then the thing is, the two main characters of Storm Shadow and Snake Eyes, they didn't become those characters to the very end of the movie. So it would have just been better just to see it at the end. For the third act. Man, I'm gonna tell y'all that I'm really frustrated, because the origin of Snake Eyes is really rich, to have enough of his own story to be involved with the Joes. And even those first two previous movies just magnified his story. I would say that I did like the first G.I. Joe, but it was cartoonish by the end of the movie, and I didn't like the second one. It just changed the tone too much, and it was being a deviation, and then they got rid of Duke, and there was just a lot of things wrong with the second one. And this was just a bad re-entry to the live action portion of the franchise. As I said once before, G.I. Joe Resolute is a great Snake Eyes story. It's great between that. G.I. Joe Renegades is a great TV show when it comes to a grounded and grittier story, even though it's animated. A lot of dark things happen in that show. So if you got a G.I. Joe fix, those are my recommendations for that. Overall, I give this grade of a 5.7. I did not like the movie. Not only that, it took away from what it was from Snake Eyes. I did not like the movie in general as itself. There was just so many flaws that the characters went through, and not being a flawed character, but just technical aspects of the movie just made me feel like it was not great. Like, I did not like it's a Kung Fu movie. Please keep the camera steady so I can see the choreography for me to hype this movie up. But if y'all always pulling away and going to different fast cut edits, yeah, I'm not gonna take the intensity that y'all trying to convey for me to feel like there's stakes within the movie. Andrew Koji, who plays Tommy Storm Shadow, he was actually the highlight of this movie. He had the most to emote. He had the most weight behind his character. And his performance was beyond adequate. And if y'all not watching Warrior on HBO Max and or Cinemax, then y'all need to definitely watch that show. It's 2 seasons. It got picked up from the 3rd. He plays the main character of Assam, and the action in that show is brutal. It's fast-paced, well choreographed. He takes L's. He gets beat up. He also has some victories. There's a lot of good things about that show, especially with the 1900 time period. It brings out the history of the Chinese over in the West Coast and the racism that they went through. And not only that, of the community, of the gang life, and the trouble that they went through with the Irish community and politics and all of that stuff. I feel like it's a very good, it's not perfect, but it's an amazing show. And if you want to see more of his work, I recommend that show because I love him as Assam. And I felt like this movie would have elevated him. And, you know, it's a movie, it's Hasbro, it's, you know, whoever owns those rights, then yeah, well, you know, go for it. But I just felt like they did a disservice to the lore of the characters. I could keep going on and on and on, but I'm not gonna do that. Thank you for watching this. Before we go, I want you to like, share, comment, and subscribe. About between 40 and 60% of you people watch me, and I would just love for you to hit that subscribe button and be a part of the community and share your thoughts. Because this is a communal situation. Those are my thoughts. I'm really pissed off at the movie, and I didn't convey all of that, but I'm going to bring this video to an end. Once again, like, share, comment, and subscribe. Please let me know your thoughts, and I want you to be you, do you, see the bigger picture. Have a fantastic day because you deserve it. This is that channel. Peace.